So that'll be the first assignment. Everything, Logan, that I do, you're going to do. Basically, this is an idea that we're going to learn from each other. And once you have it, right, we're going to make sure that we're here. So one of the first assignments that we're going to get is know all the background of Zoom. There's so much in Zoom, right, Logan, that we don't even know about if we're just a user, that they're doing a lot of AI. You can stream live. We'll get you, everybody will get YouTube accounts and channels, and then you can stream and think about it as a business, right? How could this help you via Zoom? So we're going to do that. We're going to know the difference between recording within and without. Okay, so I think we're set. Let me just welcome everybody here. The one thing that we know is when we go into my class, what do we do, Logan? Is that we log in, preferably with a computer. We have our face basically showing, we look professional. We sit up straight. We're not slouching in our beds with our pillow, because guess what? If I were doing that, what would be happening is I would be snoring just as well. So we're going to be here. We also know that we're on YouTube, and I stream to the public. So anyone that wants to can join the class, but we're special here in joining the Zoom. The Zoom link is special. And when we have guest lectures here. So we take attendance in the class, and Lily will be taking attendance for us. And we always know when we get in that we will have our cameras on. Anyone that doesn't have their cameras on and doesn't have a major issue here doesn't get attendance. Why is that, Logan? Right? It's basically you can turn on your computer and then just, go to the beach.
Yeah, not listen, yeah.
Not even that, not even be there. All I need is turn
Exactly.
on my computer, right? So we
Terrible.
can do it. And then later on, we'll talk about having agents. Later on, Logan, we can have an agent. Just how do you know this is really me, right? It could be my avatar,
Yeah,
right?
eventually. Technology
Right.
now?
But that's what Zoom was going to do. Was later on they were thinking about they'll train another avatar, right, to be me, right? And then we'll talk about that. Maybe education should be flipped around, and maybe what is my role going to be? So my role here, what I think truly is to facilitate you guys to have experiences. So besides just having tests, that you'll have the skills and you get to know, basically roll up your sleeves and try out all the parts. Okay. So I first ask everyone here is welcoming. Number one, is there any questions? Any issues that we need to address? Raise your hand. Number two, who was not here last time? Anyone?
I wasn't.
Okay, so what is your name?
Selene. Yeah.
Solen. One of the things, who can volunteer and say, what is Solen missing right away? Nick, what is Solen missing on her name?
Oh, is it the last name?
Yeah, so we need Solen. We need always here. We're not, we need to have our first name, last name here together so you can rename yourself. And Solen, what is your major?
I'm accounting and marketing double major.
Okay, marketing and what else?
And accounting.
And accounting. Okay, great. That's interesting. I haven't heard, have you heard, Lily, of accounting and marketing together? Usually I hear finance and marketing. It's a nice. And
Oh,
why
I
did you
have not.
decide marketing with accounting, Solen?
I want to work in marketing, but I want it to, have an accounting background, so it gives
Okay,
it
to be
credibility.
successful. Okay. And Lily, you reached out to Jonah and Josephina on
Yeah, I already did.
okay, perfect. All right. So, Lily, do you have a couple of things that you want to let the students know before I begin?
I guess if everyone could go in and just like click on the adaptive assignment and make sure that they can that you can actually access it, that would be great. Just so, at least from my end, I know that it works for students. Canvas is new for us, we're still trying to figure out the kinks, so just email me or like text me in the chat if it's not working for you. I think that's all from me, Professor.
Okay, perfect. All right, so what I'm gonna do, welcome everyone. Let's go into Canvas, make sure, welcome Selene here, and make sure that everyone understands what to do. So the first thing I am going to do is I'm going to share my screen. And of course, our next assignment, right, Logan, we said everybody will be able to know how to share the screen. Basically, also, if someone has problems, Logan, you could, will learn how to get into other people's computer if they give us permission and help them. So if I see this, we see in the upper left-hand corner, we see Logan, and next to me, you see Dr. Rush. And what do you see is the difference? Alec, what do you see is the difference in, what is this tab here? What is this showing?
This is showing the YouTube stream.
The YouTube stream, and it's live. And what is the problem with it? What about in sync? Is it exactly?
It looks a little delayed.
It's delayed. That's all right for a lecture, right? Alec, if we were having our business have our own group be on Zoom, and then we could go live on YouTube, it really wouldn't matter if someone in California was watching this and it would be delayed. But it would make a difference, right, Alec, if we were high frequency trading and basically blink your eye a couple of times, Alec. And it basically in those blinks, we would be then buying and selling in those blinks. It would, and someone who was following us in our trades, that additional 15-second delay or 30-second delay would make a difference. But for talking heads, it really wouldn't. But just so you know that we're through Zoom going to a YouTube channel and publishing and being streaming live. So that's nice. Now, if we look at it, let me be viewed as a student. Let me view it like you do. This is our modules. You always see is what we have is our Zoom links. We have the course syllabus that we talked about. And so, Len, you can look at the course syllabus. The only two things that I would tell you that's very important in the course syllabus, Selene, is we have 2 in-person meetings that we're going to be taking exams. So if we look at the course syllabus, just to make sure that everybody remembers, that you can see in this case, you can see my name. I go by Dr. Rush. It's just easier for people. After this class, I have office hours, and also after my second class, I have office hours. I also have the best way to get in touch with me is through my email. If you ever email me or Lily or your grader, is make sure you put in the section, in this case, HI. You need to have, of course, your camera and internet connection. And what is essential here that I want to make sure that everybody realizes that on October 7th, we have an exam in person, Selene. So you have to be on campus to take the exam. And on Monday, November 16th. So everybody make sure you put that in your calendar.
Can I interrupt, Professor?
Sure.
Sorry. So yesterday I put in it should be in your calendar, at least for the first exam, that it's October 7th. And I also put in instructions on how to get to the lab. It's
Perfect.
second floor, Stubblefield. Let me know if you guys can't see it, but it should be in your calendar for your exact time that you're taking it.
Okay, but you didn't put November 16th.
No, I'll put that in. I'll put
Okay,
that
that'll be
in then.
good, just to have everybody knowing that the calendar, and, there will be no class on September 21st. Okay, and our last day of class is November 30th. And we'll talk about that. So that's great. So get everybody up and running here. And what I would like right now, everyone to do is, if you could see it, all they need to do then is click on chapter 1 reading. Thank you, Lily, for correcting that. So now we know the readings, and then you have an adaptive assignment and you have a quiz. Also, if you look at what's due, see this part, you also need to register, make sure everybody registers to this link for the New York Times, Wall Street Journal, and Financial Times. And these are 2 additional readings. I'll go over these 2 additional readings with you. One is how AI models from OpenAI and Anthropic went rogue. Watch to learn how an AI agent escaped sandboxed environments and hacked a separate company, leading calls for regulation. And what I'd like you to do when listening to this and reading any of the open articles is pay attention to words that you don't know, to the vocabulary that you don't know. So in this case, once you kind of jot those down, you can go to other resources and find it out, and then come back when we have discussions, is basically bring that up to me and say, I'm not sure, what does it mean in terms of basically frontier models? What does it mean in terms of the cyber risk? Anything that's not clear for you, but try to figure out what's happening in there. Why am I showing you this? Is you need to have a background of what's happening today. There's no way that our textbook can keep up. So we're going to do additional readings to have that. Also, we talked about our exam. You remember, Logan, we talked about our exam being 2 parts, multiple choice, and that's going to be the readings from the textbook. And then it'll be open-ended questions. And a lot of the open-ended questions will be from our discussions in class, plus our open-ended articles. So it's important, if you have issues with it or you want me to explain in further depth, let me know. So those are the ones that you have. And here was another one from the New York Times on AI chatbots. So you need to, in order to get to these publications, they have a paywall. What does a paywall mean? That you have to be a subscriber and pay for it. By being part of the university's community, having a .edu address, we get the privilege of getting that for free. Any questions? Logan, is there any questions that I need to address on that?
Not that I see.
Yeah, so one of the things I want everyone to do, and then Celine, you need to rename your Zoom and put your first name and last name, Celine. And in this case, what I want to make sure, Alec, have you registered for this? Are you already in this adaptive assignment?
I clicked on it.
You clicked on it, perfect.
Yes.
So if I go to my modules, and let me just leave the student view, and I'll show you what I see as well, is when I go to my modules, you see here, and I go, for instance, let me go back to the first week. To the adaptive assignment. Let's see what happens. You see here, it's open assignment, Nick. Open assignment is basically my role. My role as instructor, I see something different from you. When I'm opening it up, notice I see that basically I have 80 students approximately. And what is this? 38, 48, 50, 52 students have at least signed up. And then if I want, I can go into students and I can see who has completed. So I can see that the number of students that have completed it. You see here that I can see that Jonah Goldberg hasn't started, but I can see that one Nick has completed and another Nick has at least clicked in. Do you understand? So that's, and those that are, Logan, your last name is Nagel?
Yes.
Yeah, so those that are in blue are the ones that have completed it. So this is what I have available to me. And what we do, I'm going to stop sharing, is what we do is I want everyone to have at least clicked into it so I know that it works for the assignment. So Lily is going to leave us, but before Lily leaves us, Lily, do you want to take attendance? And we're going to take attendance at different times of the session. Sometimes we'll take it in the beginning, sometimes we'll take it in the middle, sometimes we'll take it at the end. So Lily, you want
Sure.
to take attendance just to make sure that everybody understands the attendance record.
Yes.
And then we'll continue. And we'll let you
All
know.
right, I'm starting attendance now.
Okay.
The code is 8567. I'll put it in the chat.
Okay, and you want to share your screen so everybody sees that?
Yeah, I just don't want everyone to see my chat.
Yeah. So in the chat, if I go into the chat, did you put it in?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did.
8567. So look in the chat and you
Mhm.
can just do the attendance at this point, just to make sure that our attendance works. Because we're using Canvas for the first time. And guess what? We always have issues. So you can see here, 8567. You can see on the side here, quickly attendance. That's another program outside of Canvas that then gets integrated into the gradebook. So the attendance works. Okay, perfect. Anything else you want to talk about, Lily, before you leave me?
Email me if you can't get into Wiley.
Right, and Lily,
There's
your address, your email is available anytime you
yeah,
do
I'll,
it.
yeah, I'll put it in
Let me
again.
know.
I like for my office hours, even though I have a set time on Tuesday, I'll be on campus on Thursday as well during that time. So if you ever want to meet with me, just send me an email.
Yeah, and
But
sometimes you want to meet physically. Lily, this is the first semester that she wants to try out meeting people physically. And of course, we're going to meet physically during the exams, before exams, she's available. So I'm trying to give you guys the most access to get your answers quickly. Because if you wait, let's say it's Wednesday and we have Monday, you're just, if you keep on doing the same thing over and over again, it's frustrating. You can just get an answer quickly. Okay, so thank you, Lily, for all your help. I'm sure all the students are appreciative too. And they'll be even more appreciative once the semester starts getting into more complicated issues. Right now, we're just trying to get what is the format of the class and make sure everybody's on board with us. Okay,
of
perfect.
course, bye, Professor. Bye,
Bye.
everyone.
Take care. Bye. Okay, aren't we? I am blessed to have her. Okay, folks. So let's talk about information systems. You know, that's the name of the course. Why the heck we're going to be together at it. And let's talk about an organization we all know. So what organization are we all familiar with? Myself and you guys. And raise your hand and let me know what you think. What organization are you familiar with? What do you think? Justin, what do you think? What organization do you know pretty well. What year are you, Justin? At the
I'm a
university?
sophomore.
You're a sophomore, so you've been here over a year, right? Were you here in
Yeah.
your freshman year?
Yes, I was.
Okay, great. And what's your major again, Justin?
I'm undeclared.
Undeclared, good. So what organization do me and you both know?
I mean,
Intimately.
pretty safe one is Amazon, I guess.
Well,
Everyone's
let's
probably
even
used
get
that.
in closer.
What do you mean, like?
You're a student and I'm a professor of what
Well,
what
the
organization?
university.
University of Miami, right? We all know University of Miami in some role. You have a different role than I do, right? But we're all
Yeah.
part of the university, right? Participate in other activities, go to the gym and other areas, right? Go to the wellness center. But I'm in a different role and you're in a different role in students. But do we share resources? They talk about information systems, they call IT. What does IT stand for? Who can tell me what IT stands for? And if you don't know, you remember this, Gio, what I said last time? If you don't know and I ask a question, what do I ask you to do?
Don't say I don't know and Google it.
But what? Don't say I don't
Like-
know, but
Oh,
say it in
yeah,
French.
Google.
I don't know, but what? But what should you do instead, Gio?
Like use your resources to find the
Use
answer.
your resources. You have a phone, you have a computer, and look it up. So what is IT? Everybody, do you have a clue, Lucy, what IT stands for?
Information technology.
Information technology. So it's information technology, Justin, and they always talk about information technology. We're at the university and those resources. What is information technology at the university? Do you think they have a department, a center that deals with information technology at the university? What do you think,
Yeah,
Justin?
Yeah, they
What?
definitely do. They
They
definitely do,
definitely
yeah.
do. And they take care of what, for instance?
Any problems with computers or software that teachers or
Okay.
students might
How
have?
did you get into Zoom?
I clicked the Zoom link on Canvas
Right. And where are you now sitting?
in my room.
And are you on campus?
Yes.
You're on campus. So how do you log in? Do you have internet access?
Yeah,
From where?
from the school.
From the school. So they have to take care of what? Our internet access? How do we get into Zoom? Did they have Zoom as a product?
Yes.
Yes, so they have Zoom as a product. Did you ever use Canelink?
Yeah.
Are they in charge of that?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. Do you ever do registration online?
Mm-hmm.
Are
Yep.
they in charge of that?
Sure are.
What else are they in charge of? Have you ever gotten any types of parking, any types of things that they're doing now? They even have an app. I read that they'll find empty spaces in parking, right? A lot of things that are done are what? Via the internet.
Via the internet, yeah.
Right. They're having that. So we got to figure out where's the department. So I want everybody to do this. Is there somewhere? I know miami.edu, right? If we went, let me share my screen, and I want everybody to do this, right? If I went and I'm going to share my screen, right? And I went to, in this case, let me go to miami.edu. Let me even just search. I want University of Miami. We can all search it, right? And what are we looking for? Justin, you're on a roll. Information, what? Technology?
Yeah.
Let's search it. And I got it here. Does this look like it? It says www.it. What is IT, Gio? What does that stand for, IT?
Information technology.
Technology Miami, and let's go to it. Did anybody know this existed? You'll hear me, Lucy, many times critique this organization. And one of the things is this, they keep this quite secret. They should be basically advertising what they do. And look what they have here. Information technology and systems. We all know this, right? Justin, we all, when we think about Amazon or so forth, we know this organization more intimately, right, than Amazon. I never worked in Amazon. Did you ever work in Amazon, right?
No, I haven't.
get a bunch of boxes from Amazon, right? And so probably you, I have too many boxes from Amazon. I probably buy too much crap from Amazon, but I buy it, right? But other than that, I can do, but I don't know the inner workings. And you know the inner workings for as a student. I know the inner workings as faculty. And it says even, how can IT help you? And they say, welcome, right? And they say, hey, UM's next gen learning systems. Hello to Canvas. Have you, Justin, have you ever used Canvas? Yeah, we're using it right now. Are they in charge of it? Yes. Do they know how to use? They just bought it, so they don't even know all the details of it. So they're getting consultants to help us. Your platform for impactful learning. You know, that sounds like a commercial, doesn't it? Impactful learning. And look at this, unified login experience. Have you ever had to log in? Do you have an ID and password? Justin,
Yep.
yes. And look
Yep.
at this, multi-factor authentication. It's called MFA.
Yep.
Why do we even need that? What is that for?
For
So
extra
basi-
security, right?
Extra security. We're going to then basically what I want to do, right, is figure out that and visit your gateway. And there's different constituencies, right? Students, faculty, staff, right? And they're telling me improved way to get IT support, a new experience. They're trying to do self-service, information technology self-service, explore areas, Kane ID self-service, software, browse, help and support, IT alerts, including planned maintenance, latest projects, IT news, suspicious emails. Did you get, Justin, an email account from the university?
Yep, I did.
From what company?
From Microsoft.
Is it Microsoft or is it Gmail or is it a Microsoft?
It's Microsoft, I believe.
Okay, what is I thought it was the students have Gmail, no? Am I mistaken? What do you,
I don't know.
yeah.
I've
it's
always used
Gmail.
Microsoft, but
Yeah, but they
maybe it
have
is
it. So
Gmail.
you have that. So we have to figure out suspicious emails. Guess what, Justin? Do you think hackers want to hack into this university? Sure do. And why? Not to get my PowerPoints, not to even sit into my lectures, but what do they want? One is they can get maybe other valuable information. And two, they want to get into the network so they can use our computers to hack other computers. And we don't even know about it. They can download software on all of our computers and it can then go to other hackers. So there's IT security. So this is all part of information systems. But what I want to do is make it real for you. So when you read that first chapter, they talk about information system. Let's use the university for an example. So it tells you about them. It tells you their leadership team. Who in the world even knows these people? But you see right here, Justin, that Mauricio Angie, let's invite him to the class and let's have us ask him questions about security. Learn about security for a whole, and he's just a great guy. He's basically a supporter of us. But you can see here the IT resources. And look at this, artificial tools at U. I want to invite these folks, what do you think, Justin? And figure out what IT tools do we get free as being part of the university. Wouldn't that be good? Click here to learn more. Right? And they're telling me what AI tools we get. Copilot, Gemini Notebook, Adobe Firefly. Let them tell us where are they going with this. Wouldn't that be great? What do you think, Justin?
Yeah, definitely.
You use these resources. We got them already, right? Your tuition is paying for these folks' salary, right? Or however it is. I want to get these, right? I need these. So this is part of the university that we can see. So when we learn about they have office hours with the AI, they have an AI team. Look at this. I want to invite these guys. Tell us about it. We're going to be AI consultants in this class. So let's get all the tools we can get. And you see here, get connected with wireless and wired networks at UM. Do you see that, Gio? So what is IT involved with? When we're ever on campus, we have wireless or wired networks at UM. Whenever we log into UM, do you think then, Shannon, that they can follow and know what we do?
Yes.
Yeah. We're part, by us agreeing to be part of using their wireless equipment, everybody know that, they can follow us. They can know exactly what we're doing. And guess what, Shannon? Without them telling me. So you got to be careful of what you're doing. They follow. Notice cloud storage we'll talk about, online learning. I'll talk about resources for UM students, IT cybersecurity survey, new and improved features for the Office 365, academic continuity, Zoom, right? That we're using Zoom now. Our first assignment's going to be hands-on assignment. We'll be going into Zoom in detail, access and analyze contact, IT resources, create custom videos with Google Vids. This is good. Fantastic. Has anyone put in the chat, has anyone ever used Google Vids? You can create custom videos using your University of Miami Google account. Google Vids is an artificial AI-powered video creation and editing application built directly into Google Workspace. Google is available for students, faculty, and staff. Just be sure to log in. Important, Google Vids are automatically stored within your Google Drive page. Ophir, I want to use this semester. What do you think for our projects? What do you think about that, Ophir?
I think that, I mean, especially if it's on the website here, I think that they're all good resources, and I would assume it's pretty easy to use.
Yeah. So maybe have you ever created videos with AI? Ophir.
I haven't used AI for it, but when I have, it took a long time, so I'm assuming this would make it much easier.
Yeah. So let's do that. So this is great to see. You know what I mean? Quick links, how to guide, how to create. Oh, look at this. This is nice. Follow these steps to import a PowerPoint presentation. Edit your video timeline and apply advanced AI generation audio with Google Vids. So Selene, you remember you were telling me accounting marketing. Marketing's great for this. How to create custom videos with Google Vids. So they have even a presentation. It looks like they did it. Create custom videos with Google Vids. Prepare your presentation, start in PowerPoint, import Google Vids, review, configure, customize your video, add narration and timing, enhance your video, finalize export. We'll use it, maybe we'll see, we'll evaluate it, use it as like an assignment, and then see if it's good, incorporate it into our projects. I think that's fantastic. And this is a quick reference infographic. This is new. Get started, use a template, keyboard. Then all our videos can be stored on Kaltura. What's fantastic is that I want to take advantage of everything that's free. So if I think about it, Nate, I don't have to worry about trying something and paying for it. Let's see what is free and see what is good. And then later on, we can do like an academic partnership. For instance, for your web development, I have an academic partnership with Wix, And they're allowing us to have their business offering where it costs a couple $100. We get it free because we have an academic relationship. So let's start with this Google Vid, which is great. Anyone want to, for next week, just to look at it? Think about it. Stay with me after your class if you want to just explore and get a feel for this Google Vid. Stay with me after class. Okay, so you understand that, Ophir? What we'll do is we'll explore these, and we'll explore it together, and you evaluate it just like I can evaluate it, right? We're together and say, hey, I found something better than Google Vid. But why not take advantage? The university already has an agreement with Google. We can get it for how much? $0 free. Why not take advantage? And then we could offer a service. If we were going to be our AI consultants, we can offer it to other companies. And you could charge for it, right? For other companies, or you could teach them how to use it, and you could have skills in which you can do it. Okay, comments, questions. So you see where we're going. So you see that, Justin, how I wanted to use the University of Miami, use their resources. We're talking about information technology, and they talk about all these terms that are so foreign to us, that, enterprise. One of the things, and you can even jot this down, Justin, when they talk about in the readings an enterprise is an organization. What enterprise do I and you have in common is the university. It's an enterprise, right? Has a number of departments. It's just not a little mom and pop shop, or if you're on your own doing some entrepreneurial spirit, isn't an enterprise. But what do you have at the university? You have many schools, right? The School of Business, the School of Nursing, Arts and Sciences, Law, the medical school. You have all these departments. You have the Wellness Center. You have the Health Center. You have a hospital. You have basically a bookstore. All of these are complex to handle. So where are you having it? So that's great. The other thing, let me share my screen. So everybody put in, when I'm sharing, everybody make sure that you have this about it.miami.edu. We should have that as an important part where we see that basically this is information technology and systems. This is what this course is about. And one of the things is artificial intelligence and tools. And let's take advantage of what's at the U and what are the IT resources available. So that's fantastic. So the next one, if I go to chapter 1, this is something, let me just go to the student view as a student. So Christiane, is that how you pronounce your name?
Yeah.
Okay, so Christiane, if you look at your Blackboard, one of the other things that I want you to look at is, do you have something called Wiley Course Resources in yours as well?
Yeah, I do.
Everybody click on that, because I want to give you just like an overview of the course right now. And if you look at this Wiley Courses, you see here where it says here, this is a place where you could also launch the textbook. But you see, we're going to read chapter 1 for next week, for this week and next week. And you can see, if you want to look at videos, you're welcome to look at videos. But, Christiane, I think this is good to get right in the beginning. You see this where it says Student PowerPoint Chapter 1? I suggest then everybody download that. So if you download it, right, you should be able to download it. And those are your PowerPoints for the entire chapter. And if I looked at that, right, Let me bring this up and see if we can see it. This is the chapter. It's Introduction to Information Systems, right? And they have learning objectives. And always the first chapters of all these books are very generic. And if you don't bring it to life, I think it's very boring. But basically what they're trying to say is, what is this information systems and why it should be important? And I'm going to skip this section of what they're talking about. But information technology, remember we talked about IT, is basically, when we think about it, is any computer-based tool that people use to work with information. And we work with information. I, as a faculty, you as a student, work with it and support the information and information processing needs of an organization. An organization, what's another name for an organization? Is enterprise. So if I looked at this, another name for an organization would be, and you'll see it all the time, they'll call it enterprise. They make it sound fancy, but that's all it is. An information system collects, processes, stores, analyzes, and disseminates information for a specific purpose. So if I even think about this, Christiane, all your courses, all the student information, right? I have a list of all my students, the major, right? All of that information about my students is collected through the university. Faculty information is collected, right? It stores, it analyzes, it disseminates everything in Canelink, how to register for courses, all that gets collected. So this is what they're talking about. They talk about what are the benefits to you, but basically what they want to think about is there's a word called digital transformation, and that basically says that I want to use the computer. I want to use IT basically to help my employees, help my customers, help my business processes. What do I want to use digital transformation for, or information technology for? Is to reduce my costs, increase my revenues, get closer to my partners, get closer to, if I'm a university, get closer to my students, make sure my students succeed, make sure my faculty succeed, make sure my patients are treated well. And then they have a number of different officers in the university. In IT, I want to invite a number of these officers to the university to give us insights of what they're doing. And here is about what jobs you have. And let me just tell you, these jobs right now are changing quite a bit. And why are they changing, you think, Jeremy? Why do you think these jobs, as we speak, are changing incredibly? What is making this change? Some of these jobs may even be eliminated. Why?
Probably due to AI and just how the
Yeah.
infrastructure of hardware and
Yeah,
software
right.
is changing.
Right? A web developer now, you don't have to be a web developer to set up a website, right? To be even if you're a programmer, a computer analyst, right? An information security analyst, you're going to be using AI. A software developer, a lot of times Wall Street for a while downgraded software. What is your major, Jeremy?
Finance.
Finance.
Yeah,
You think finance jobs are changing? Of course they are, right?
for sure.
Yeah, for sure. All of this are ranking. And when they say 2024, that's already outdated, isn't it? Those jobs are already outdating for those salaries. So that salary growth is outdating. But what they still are going to do is a lot of these AI agents are going to manage these information resources, but humans have to figure out what they're going to be needing to it. So they talk about the traditional way of they have something called MIS. MIS stands for If you looked it up, it stands for Management Information. I'll just go Info Systems. Somebody has to manage all that. So you have to manage it. You have to staff people. You have to train these people. You know, did you see that, Jeremy? They're trying to use AI. Do you think the university is really up to date on AI? Their staff is trained? What do you think, Jeremy?
I'm sure they've done a good amount of change, but still compared to what there's left and things just coming out constantly, there's always something
Constantly, they're not. You know what they're doing now, Jeremy? Is they're requiring now every faculty member to take an AI online course. Because you think every faculty knows about it? No. Right? And if they say they know everything, you know what they're doing. Either they're lying to you or they don't know what they're talking about. But in this case, you can see that all of this is being changed. And really, the essence here is breaking it down to data, information, and knowledge. And what does that mean? That if I think about that data information, that what I'm inundated, I got plenty of data. I got plenty of information, right? If I look on all these dashboards and stuff, but what do I have? I need to have insights and I have to have knowledge. I have to make sense of this. I have to do predictions, right? If you're in finance, right, you have to evaluate companies and you have to evaluate their markets. Who knows what's going to be in the future? So AI is going to help us in terms of this. And what you need to know then, that the computer-based information systems basically are divided into hardware, right? Hardware, you know, is like my computer, my phone, right? Anything that I can feel, right? I have software. Right now we're using software of a PowerPoint, or we're using a Canvas, and then a database. What could be a database at the university? What kind of, they have many databases. What do they have? They have one database from where, Jeremy? You're on a roll.
They have a library database, like a catalog.
They have a catalog, right? You think they have what? You're in the finance department, you're in the School of Business, right? Are you
Yeah.
in any different activities other than that? Jeremy?
Besides finance clubs, not really. No.
Right. So do you think the finance department has information about you?
Most likely.
Yeah, most likely, for sure, right? Do they know? Do you have an advisor?
Yes.
Does that advisor have information about you? From where? From a database, right? So there's going to be a finance department has it, right? The School of Business has it, right? The registrar has it. Financial aid may have it. You ever go to the wellness center? Have you ever gone to the health center, Jeremy?
Yeah, I have.
Do they have database? Do they have a database about you? Right? So all of these are what they call databases. And the network is what, Jeremy? Did you log in?
I would. Yes, I did.
Yeah, that's the network. So we have a network, right? A communications network that puts it all together to link this. So that's the network. The software we know, right? We've already used, I'm already using what? Zoom is a software, right? Canvas is a software, right? Canelink is part of the software. And what do they have? Also are procedures. What are procedures? Can you just get into, can anyone just get into Canvas? Anyone from
No.
the street? What do you need?
Well, I use the Authenticator app. Everybody has to.
Right.
like,
And
to
how
log in.
did you get that Authenticator app?
Through the website, through their infrastructure, to what they
Right,
have.
through their info. So why? Because you're a student. If you stop paying, right, you won in the spring semester, and you say, I want to go in, but I don't want to pay. You think they'll let you, I don't want to register. You think they'll let you come in to
Definitely
the
not.
network? Yes or no?
No.
No. So they basically qualify people. So there's a procedure to get in. Do you have a different role than I do? Yes. right? I see when I log into Canvas, I see everybody in my class. You do not see everybody's grade, right? When I have to give, let me stop sharing. When I have to give grades, do I see all your grade? What else are you taking this semester, Jeremy, besides my class?
I'm taking Calculus 2,
Calculus 2.
Probability and
Do I have
Stats.
access to your Calculus 2 grades?
No, you don't. I don't think you do.
No. Do I have a reason to have access to your calculus grades?
No.
No. So the information systems creates roles based on what I need to do my job.
Right.
So they restrict me from seeing all of your other grades. Because what? That's none of my business. Do I have access? You've ever gone to the health center, Jeremy?
Yeah. Yes,
For
I have.
whatever reason, do I have access to your records in the health center, do you think?
No, I don't
No.
think so.
Right. So I have, but if I were maybe an employee in the IT center in the learning management system, right? And I call them because I'm new to Canvas and I say, I'm having problems with my class getting everybody registered. They have access to all the different classes, right? And all, because they need to do that for their job. But they still, Jeremy, don't have access to your health record, and only your doctors or anyone that you're seeing there have access to your records. So everybody understand? So Jerry, what happens here is information systems decides, depending on who I am in the enterprise, who I am in the organization, they should have proper controls to tell us we should be able to get into the system when we need to get into those parts of the system that we need. There's a part here. Anybody work part-time for the university? Anybody doing any? Okay. So Patrice, how do you get paid?
Well, I haven't actually started yet, but
What are you going to do?
it's just going to be deposited into my account. Like
It's going to be deposited in your account. So they're going to have a system that they need to have your account number, right?
Yeah.
To be able to deposit. And Gio, where do you work for the university? What do you do?
I'm at the pool front desk.
Oh, the pool front desk. Is that what you said?
Yeah, yeah.
Perfect. So how do you get paid? Have you done it before?
Yeah, this is my second year. They just you work your hours, you submit them, and then the money goes
Submit
into your
them into
account.
what system? Do you know?
Workday.
Workday.
Workday, I think.
Perfect. Workday is an enterprise resource planning, is a system that the university pays probably millions of dollars to get all their payroll done. The university doesn't want to sit there and bother. So they, what we call outsource, that program called Workday. Guess what? Basically, anybody working for me works through Workday. That's an enterprise system that works throughout the university, and they take care of the payroll. They also take care of the human resources, benefits. That's another system that the university, guess what? Information systems IT has to take care of. They have to choose what software are we going to give for the university. You see that, Gio? So basically, that's what information systems is. And what we're going to emphasize is not only getting these skills to make it come alive, that we know the terminology, but we're going to practice. So one of the things that after we do the chapter, we'll go to the next chapter and understand that. And one of the things that I want everybody to be able to do is how we're going to collaborate, how we're going to collaborate in class, plus how you're going to collaborate in business. And one of the nice things to collaborate is using Zoom. Guess what? The university has bought a subscription, a higher education subscription that has more capabilities than if we just got the free version of Zoom ourselves. So guess what I want to do, Gio, is take advantage of that. Everything that the university gives us, let's take advantage of it to the hilt. In order to have Zoom and to stream live to YouTube, you need to have a paid account. Guess what? We have a paid account. Let's use it. Everybody understand how we're going to work? So every time, this is kind of getting everybody together, but every week we will have hands-on exercises, just like Google Vids or Zoom, or we'll use other tools to get a handle on how to use them. Once we get a handle on how to use all of it, then we'll incorporate it into our projects, to our group projects of being AI consultants. So in Zoom, they have a number of AI features. We want to understand the AI features of Zoom. And guess what? Every month they have updates. So myself and Lily are going to be looking at all the updates to add that even to what we did last semester. So my teaching assistants, every time they're working with me every semester, my class changes based on the new features of all the software and new softwares. So you got an overview, Solen, on what this class is going to be like? Some people don't like it in the way that I just want to just take the tests and leave me alone. This is not that class. Every week we'll be doing projects, and guess what, Logan? We'll be helping each other. Right? Things won't work. You think things always work? No way. So we'll learn how to document as well. We'll learn how to record, make sure that we have documentation, and then try to figure out, we're not going to get the answers. We'll be able, many times now I'm calling up the learning management team here and they don't have the answers. So they say, oh, call Canvas, and and if it's not Canvas, and every side tries to blame each other. So, but if I document it, we take a deep breath and then we do it. So the one thing, just like Gio, that I said, we don't want to answer a question I don't know. We want to look it up and look for resources. The same thing, when you say it didn't work, it's not enough to say it didn't work. That's not good in this class. What it is did you document it? Once you document it, and did you try to search an answer? You may not get all the answers, but you've gone along the way and documented. Okay. Any other questions? So you see how we're going to approach this. So what I suggest everybody do is finish up the assignments, go back, look at the open-ended readings. Have you looked at that, Logan, yet?
Yes, I have.
Okay. And come up with ideas. You can even summarize it and come up with ideas. What's the effect of this, knowing this? Because one of the things I'll always ask you is, who cares? Right? What is this going to be able to do for business? Because this is a business class. What's that going to be able to do for yourself presently and in the future? Why do you need to know it? So that's how we're going to approach it. Okay. So why don't I do that? I'm going to end now. Stay with me if you have additional questions, if you want to look at the Google Vids or something like that. Otherwise, we'll meet on Monday. Everybody knows what the drill is. It's the same drill. Everybody has to be on time, online, with your face, smiling face, ready to go. Great. Okay. So everybody can leave now. I'm going to stay online for a couple of minutes. I appreciate you all taking your time out and sharing it with me every week.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you. Thank
And
you.
thanks for my moderators for helping out. So what's up? So preparing